Let's be clear from the start. What you're about to hear isn't something you're told every day. In fact, it's a secret that many men are too afraid to explore. But for those who are brave enough, there's a simple truth. Understanding an older woman's deepest sexual desires and fulfilling them in unexpected ways can completely change the dynamic of your relationship. You might never have considered that pleasing her back door could be the thing that completely shifts the energy between you. But I assure you, what we're about to explore today is much more than just a physical act. It's about trust, breaking down barriers and connecting on a deeper level. Something that goes far beyond the typical routine. Sex, a man who understands this, doesn't just get her to surrender physically, but creates an emotional connection that transcends the superficial. This kind of intimacy isn't about just doing what's expected. It's about tapping into what she truly wants, what she really needs, and giving her the kind of satisfaction she's never experienced before. Now I know you're here because you want to improve, because you're ready to learn and explore how to truly turn her on in ways that are deeper than just the basics. And if you think you already know everything there is to know about pleasing her, I invite you to stick around, because what I'm about to share might just surprise you. I am Karen, and I'm here to help you elevate your intimacy in ways you never imagined. So if you're ready to dive deeper into understanding your partner's desires, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. If what I've shared so far resonates with you, comment 1 below. If not, comment 0 point. I want to hear your thoughts. So if you're ready to be that man who makes her feel seen, wanted, and desire-ired in ways she'll never forget, then keep watching. This video is for you. Let's dive in. 1. The door to pleasure. Over the years, many men have overlooked the power of exploring every part of their partner's body. They stick to what's conventional, what they've been taught is normal. But if you really want to enhance your relationship and take intimacy to a level that even she didn't expect, it's time to talk about something that not everyone dares to mention. Pleasing her back door. Don't be alarmed by the term. What we're talking about goes far beyond just a physical act. It's about creating trust, breaking down emotional barriers, and understanding that when an older woman feels she can fully trust you, the doors to her pleasure open in ways you never thought possible. But why explore this at all? It's not just about the act itself, it's about what it represents. You see, the female body has incredibly sensitive areas that, when stimulated correctly, can lead to immense pleasure. Her back door is one of those often overlooked zones, but it holds immense potential. The key is to approach it with gentleness, respect, and above all, her full consent. This isn't about forcing anything on her. It's about inviting her to explore a new dimension of intimacy with you. Several studies have shown that the perianal region has a high concentration of nerve endings, making it particularly receptive to stimulation. For many women, this area is unexplored territory, an area that, when approached correctly, can offer a unique combination of both physical and emotional pleasure. But it's not just about technique. What truly matters here is the intention behind every touch, every caress. When you show her that her pleasure is just as important as your own, when you're willing to give her everything she deserves in the bedroom, that's when the magic happens. Trust is what will get you there. If a woman is willing to let you explore this intimate area, she's showing you just how much she trusts you, and in return, you have to show her that you're worthy of that trust. Here's a practical tip. Before you even think about exploring this area, make sure you're both comfortable with the idea. Talk to her about it. Explain what you'd like to try and make sure she's on board if she is. Take it slow. Start with your hands gently caressing the area, getting her used to the sensation. The goal here isn't just to please her back door. It's to help her feel completely relaxed and secure in your touch. Because in the end, it's not just about the physical act of pleasing her. It's about building a deeper connection with her, understanding her on a level that goes beyond the obvious, and showing her that you're willing to do whatever it takes to make her feel truly satisfied. When you do that, The intimacy between you will change forever, and trust me, she'll know it too. Understand her body. If you truly want to elevate your intimacy, there's something fundamental you need to understand. A woman's body is a world of undiscovered pleasure zones that many men overlook. It's time to move beyond the ordinary and explore those areas that, when touched with care and attention, can awaken a level of pleasure and connection you never imagined. The first thing you need to know is this: it's not just about the obvious spots. Sure, you've heard about the usual places, her breasts, but those are just the starting points. A woman's body responds in so many different ways, depending on how, where, and with what intention you touch her. There are places that many men never think to explore, areas that, when caressed gently, can awaken deep sensations of pleasure and desire. For example, the small of her back, the inner thighs, and even the back of her knees. Have you ever considered these areas? They're full of nerve ending, and a simple touch that can send waves of pleasure through her body. And here's the best part: it's not just about stimulating her body. It's about showing her that you care about every inch of her, that you're willing to explore her in ways that make her feel seen and truly desired. Let's not forget another incredibly sensitive area. Her neck. A woman's neck is one of the most erotic and sensitive parts of her body, and it's often underappreciated. A soft touch with your fingers, a gentle kiss with your lips, can send shivers down her spine and spark an instant connection. It's about being attuned to her needs and showing her through your touch that you understand the delicate balance between softness and intensity. But here's the thing: it's not just about where you touch her, it's about how you do it. Your touch should be a balance of confidence and tenderness. Rough or uncoordinated movements will break the mood, but a natural, flowing touch will make her feel as though you're connected on a deeper level. Here's a practical tip. Start slow. Begin with the inside of her wrists, an area often overlooked but rich in nerve endings. From there, trace soft lines along her arms and shoulders. As you move to more sensitive areas like her neck or thighs, you'll not only awaken her body, but her mind as well. You'll show her that you care about every inch of her, and in doing so, you'll create an emotional bond that strengthens her attraction to you. The key to understanding a woman's body is to listen, to pay attention to her reactions, to understand what she wants and needs, and to explore those areas that many men don't even think to touch. When you do, you'll create an experience that goes far beyond physical pleasure. You'll create a connection that she'll never forget. The power of preparation. Let's talk about something that many men overlook: preparation. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Sex is supposed to be spontaneous, right? But trust me, when it comes to truly satisfying your woman, a little preparation goes a long way. And I'm not just talking about the typical things like getting the mood right or setting the scene. I'm talking about preparation on a deeper level, the mental and emotional work that sets the stage for an unforgettable experience. The reality is, women crave a deeper connection. They don't just want a quick physical release. They want an experience that makes them feel seen, heard, and desired. That means you need to be mentally prepared to engage with her on a level that goes beyond just sex. So, how do you prepare? First and foremost, it starts with communication. Before you even think about exploring her body in new ways, take the time to talk to her. Ask her what she likes, what she's into, and what turns her on. Many men make the mistake of thinking they already know the answers. But the truth is, every woman is different. Her body is a unique universe of sensations, and you need to understand what makes hers tick. That means get comfortable with vulnerability, with showing her that you're genuinely interested in her pleasure. If you want to push the boundaries of intimacy, you need to create an environment where she feels safe to express herself fully. This is where emotional preparation comes in. A woman isn't going to be open to exploring new forms of intimacy if she doesn't feel emotionally safe with you, if she's not sure whether you respect her boundaries or if you're just focused on your own pleasure, she's going to shut down. That's why it's essential to build trust long before you get to the bedroom, when she knows she can rely on you not only to respect her limits, but to also make her feel cared for. That's when she'll start to feel more comfortable stepping into new territory with you. So preparation isn't just about setting the physical stage, it's about creating a mental and emotional environment where both of you can explore and enjoy each other to the fullest. This means building ante for sensuality over raw stimulation when it comes to intimacy. Many men focus on one thing: stimulation. They think that if they just hit the right spots, everything will fall into place. And while stimulation is important, it's the sensuality of the experience that truly creates an unforgettable connection. Sensuality is about more than just physical touch. It's about creating a mood, an atmosphere where both of you feel completely immersed in the moment. So what does that mean for you first? It's important to understand that a woman's body isn't just about the obvious erogenous zones. Her body is a canvas, and every inch of it is worthy of attention. Sensuality means taking your time, exploring her body with the kind of deliberate, focused attention that makes her feel as though she's the only person in the world. That's how you'll create an experience that stays with her long after the moment has passed. This starts with touch. Instead of rushing through it, slow down. Start with gentle, lingering touches that show her that you care about every inch of her body. Think of it like a slow dance where every movement is intentional, where every kiss is drawn out just a little longer. It's about creating tension, building anticipation, and making her feel like she's the most important person in the world. Another key part of sensuality is the environment. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that the act itself is the most important thing, but setting the right atmosphere can elevate everything. Lighting, music, the temperature of the room, all of these elements come together to create a sensual experience that heightens her awareness and makes her feel more present in the moment. When you engage all of her senses, you're inviting her to let go of the outside world and immerse herself in you. This kind of sensuality is powerful because it speaks to more than just the body. It speaks to her mind, heart and soul. 5. Creating a rhythm of trust and exploration. Now, let's address something that's crucial to every intimate experience. Trust is the foundation upon which everything else is built. If she doesn't trust you, no matter how skilled you are, the experience will fall short. But if she feels that she can completely let go with you, knowing that you will respect her boundaries and prioritize her pleasure, that's when the real magic happens. The best way to build trust is through gradual exploration. If you're eager to go all in, slow down. Start with the basics. Touch, communication, and emotional connection. Every step forward should feel like a natural progression. Rushing the process will only create discomfort and hesitation. But when you take your time, you're showing her that you value the journey just as much as the destination. This isn't a race. It's a slow, sensual exploration where you both learn what feels good, what excites her, and what makes her feel cherished. Part of this exploration involves being aware of her reactions, both verbal and non-verbal. Pay close attention to how she responds to each touch, each kiss. Does she pull away or lean in closer? Does she make a sound that suggests she's enjoying herself? These cues are invaluable. The more you listen to her body, the more you'll be able to adjust and deepen the experience. Finally, the rhythm of your intimacy should be dynamic. It shouldn't just be about physical actions. It should be about creating a dance of trust and connection. Just as a dance has its pauses, its movements, and its shifts, so should your exploration of her body. It's not about going through the motions. It's about feeling each moment, responding to her needs, and letting your movements flow together in harmony. 6. The aftercare, ensuring lasting connection. Let's not forget something essential: After any intense, intimate experience aftercare, it's often overlooked, but it's just as important as the act itself. Aftercare is about making sure both partners feel emotionally and physically cared for. It's about reinforcing the trust and connection that you've built during your time together. When you take the time to show your woman that you're still there for her after the experience, it deepens your bond and ensures that the connection you've created doesn't fade. Once the passion is over, this could be as simple as holding her, talking softly to her, or let's talk about the importance of communication in building not just physical, but emotional intimacy. Too often men believe that intimacy is something that should happen without words, assuming that what their partner wants or likes is obvious. But nothing could be further from the truth. Real intimacy, the kind that goes beyond physical pleasure, is built on honest, open communication. When it comes to exploring new experiences, whether that's trying something unconventional in the bedroom or simply deepening your connection, communication is your most powerful tool. Many men assume that intimacy is a one-way street, that they simply need to read their partner's signals and everything will fall into place. However, the truth is much more collaborative. A woman's desires and preferences are not always apparent, and sometimes she may even feel hesitant or embarrassed to express them. That's where your role as a partner becomes even more crucial, by initiating conversations about what you both enjoy, what turns you on, and what makes her feel good. You create an atmosphere of trust and understanding. The goal isn't to have everything figured out immediately. It's to be open to learning about each other. It's not just about asking her what she wants, but about truly listening when she speaks. Sometimes women need reassurance that they can be honest without feeling judged. Your role is to make her feel comfortable enough to share her deepest desires without fear of rejection. This requires patience and a willingness to be vulnerable yourself. As you have these conversations, you'll also learn about her emotional needs, not just her physical ones. By truly listening, you open the door to a deeper connection, one that strengthens over time and leads to intimacy that isn't just based on physical satisfaction, but emotional fulfillment as well. Communication also plays a huge role in setting boundaries. When you explore new territory, like introducing new forms of pleasure, it's vital that you both discuss your boundaries beforehand. The key is to talk about what feels good and what doesn't. It's not about making assumptions, but about ensuring both of you are comfortable, that there's mutual respect, and that no one feels pressured. You should be her partner in pleasure, guiding her toward new experiences with care and patience. The more you communicate about your needs and desires, the more in sync you'll be in your intimate moments. 8. Emotional intimacy beyond the physical. Now let's dive into something that's often overlooked, but is absolutely essential to a fulfilling relationship: emotional intimacy. Many men focus primarily on physical intimacy, thinking that the connection they share with their partner is defined by the act itself. While physical intimacy is important, it's the emotional bond you share with her that truly elevates the connection. Emotional intimacy creates a foundation of trust, comfort, and security that makes every other form of intimacy possible. When you're emotionally intimate, you create a space where both of you can be vulnerable with one another. It's about sharing your true selves, your fears, your dreams, your desires. Emotional intimacy goes beyond casual conversation. It's about being open and honest with each other and allowing her to feel safe in expressing her own thoughts and feelings. When she feels emotionally supported and cherished, her willingness to explore new experiences with you, physically and emotionally, deepens. A woman needs to know that you're there for her. Beyond just the bedroom, you're not just her lover, you're her confidant, her partner in life. This emotional closeness sets the stage for greater sexual intimacy. Because when she feels emotionally safe, she's more likely to let go and experience new sensations without fear, without this foundation of emotional trust. It's difficult for her to fully open up to you in other areas of your relationship. So how can you cultivate emotional intimacy? It starts with consistency. Be present, both physically and emotionally. Check in with her regularly about how she's feeling. Not just about the relationship, but about life in general. Make her feel like you're genuinely invested in her happiness, in her well-being, and in her desires. Emotional intimacy is about being emotionally available. The more emotionally available you are to her, the more connected she will feel to you. This emotional foundation also helps to reduce anxiety, allowing her to enjoy physical intimacy more fully, because she knows that you have her back. No matter what, one simple way to deepen emotional intimacy is to spend time together without any expectations of sex or physical affection. Take her on a date, have deep conversations, or share experiences that help you connect on a deeper level. This creates a sense of security and love that carries over into your physical relationship, making it easier to explore each other in more vulnerable and intimate ways. 9. Creating new experiences without pressure. If there's one thing that kills intimacy, it's pressure to perform, pressure to please, pressure to live up to expectations. These are all things that can take the fun and spontaneity out of intimacy. Instead of focusing on getting it right, focus on creating new experiences that bring you closer. The key is to make these experiences feel natural and exciting, not forced or stressful. One of the most powerful things you can do to enhance your connection is to let go of the expectation that every intimate moment has to be perfect. There's no one-size-fits-all formula for pleasing your partner. Every woman is unique, and what she enjoys will evolve over time. What's most important is that you're open to discovering new things together, and that you're willing to be patient and gentle as you explore uncharted territory. This is especially true when it comes to introducing something new, like exploring her back door or other less conventional aspects of intimacy. The goal here is not to rush into something because you feel it's expected, or because you've seen it in a video or read about it in a book. The goal is to approach each experience with a sense of curiosity and respect for your partner's feelings. Understand that this is a shared journey, one that you both take together. Don't pressure her to try something she's not ready for, and don't try to force the experience to go in a direction that doesn't feel right for both of you. The best experiences are the ones that unfold naturally without a set script or predetermined outcome. When you make intimacy about exploration, about sharing something new, it becomes less about the end result and more about the connection. It's about creating memories together, deepening your bond, and showing her that you value the experience, not just the destination. The more relaxed and open you both are to trying new things without any pressure, the more fulfilling and exciting your intimate moments will become. 10. Patience and respect in exploring new intimacy. Let's talk about the most crucial elements when diving into new intimate territories: patience and respect. These are the pillars that hold everything together, especially when you're exploring new aspects of your sexual connection. If there's one thing to remember in any intimate moment, it's that things should always unfold naturally, at a pace that makes both of you feel comfortable and safe. If you want to go beyond the ordinary, beyond what your partner might expect, you need to ensure that you do so with the utmost patience, allowing both of you the space to explore without pressure when you're introducing something new. Whether it's pleasing her back door or trying any other unconventional approach, you have to respect her boundaries and emotions at every step. Intimacy is not just about the physical act. It's about the emotional experience that comes with it. For her to truly let go and feel connected, she has to trust that you're patient and respectful of her. Rushing things can lead to discomfort or even emotional distance, whereas taking things slowly and steadily creates a sense of safety and anticipation. Respect her boundaries, never push for something she's not ready for, and always check in with her both verbally and non-verbally to make sure she's fully on board. One of the most beautiful things about this process is that it deepens your emotional connection. The more patient you are, the more she feels cared for, the more you respect her limits, the more trust you build. Trust is the foundation of great intimacy, and it's built over time. Every time you show that you care enough to go at her pace and listen to her cues, the emotional bond between you strengthens. Not only does this make her feel more comfortable in the moment, but it also improves the overall dynamic of your relationship. This is not a race. Intimacy is about a shared journey, a dance between two people who understand each other deeply and respect each other's desires. 11. The power of vulnerability and openness. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in the context of intimacy, it is one of the most powerful things you can share. Being vulnerable with your partner creates a deeper emotional connection, allowing both of you to open up in ways that wouldn't be possible. Otherwise, it's easy to think of vulnerability in the context of physical acts, but it goes much further than that. It's about being emotionally open, sharing your feelings, your thoughts, your fears and your desires without fear of judgment. When you let down your walls and become vulnerable with your partner, you create an atmosphere of trust and intimacy that allows both of you to connect on a deeper level. This emotional openness is the foundation upon which true sexual intimacy is built. A woman will feel more comfortable exploring new dimensions of pleasure when she knows that you are emotionally available and willing to be vulnerable with her. She'll feel safe knowing that you're both on the same team, sharing your desires and creating a space where both of you can explore freely in the same vein. Being open to her vulnerability is just as important when she opens up to you about her desires or concerns. Listen actively and with empathy. Show her that you value her feelings and that you are there to support her no matter what. The beauty of intimacy lies in the vulnerability that both partners share. When both of you can let down your guard and express yourselves fully, that's when